Welcome to the Horror and Gore Horror Movie Podcast, your number one podcast for all things horror. I'm your host, Big Goobs, but for this episode, just call me Jimmy. And of course, I am always here with my co-host and friend, Dakota. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing good, Jimmy. How are you doing?
Good. You're also Jimmy today as well.
Oh, I'm Jimmy. Okay.
And if you are watching, you can see we have a brand new addition here for this specific episode. Our good friend, Dylan Strange. How are you today, Dylan?
I'm doing great, and you could call me Jemima.
Jemima, you got it.
Jemima.
Hell yeah. So we have a great episode today. We're going to get into one of my most anticipated films of the year, 28 years later, The Bone Temple. But got a few things to get to before that. If you are watching on YouTube, drop a like, hit that bell notification. Follow us on all social medias. It'll be in the description, as well as Dylan's will be in there as well. So follow him. Great creator. He's coming up. He's doing fantastic. Definitely worth your time. Spotify, Apple, hit that 5-star rating and drop a comment where you can. Let us know what you want to see from the Horror and Gore podcast. But let's get into what we watched this week. And we'll start off with Jemima.
Okay. Let me pull up my letterbox. I finally watched ZombieCon Volume 1.
Okay.
After winning something from you, and then I won a signed DVD copy. I was like, okay, guys, I gotta finally watch this. Great movie. Loved it. It was so fun. A lot of heart in that one. It's just perfect. Watched The Bone Temple. Watched that today. I watched it's called it's like a Spanish Mexican film called No Me Sigas or something like that. It's about like a girl who's trying to be a YouTube star, and she goes and tries to live in a haunted house, and then a bunch of crazy stuff happens.
Oh shit.
It was really good. It reminded me of Terrified by Damien Rugna.
Yeah.
So if you like Terrified, you're gonna like this. It's not as scary, but it's in line with that. What else did I watch? I watched one on Tubi called Ratchet. It's about a serial killer or a slasher kind of in the hood, just killing ratchet people pretty much. It was really fun. The production company reached out to me and they're like, "Can you watch this and review it?" I'm like, "Hell yeah, dude! I got you." It was fun. It wasn't really made for me, but I got a lot of the references and stuff, so I liked it. And I think that was it actually. Just a few movies this week. I watched a lot of horror shorts too.
Nice.
But those are easy. I go through 5 an hour, so I don't need to go through 15 of those.
Hell yeah, man. Solid. Dakota, what you got?
Only watched one, but before that, Dylan, the one on YouTube, is that the Blumhouse one from Hulu?
Which one? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the No Me
Know what you're talking
Sigas.
about.
Yeah. It's good. A lot of creators are like, this is a hidden gem, and it really is. You should watch it if you can.
Nice.
Oh yes, I love Blumhouse, so I gotta definitely watch it.
I was surprised it was a Blumhouse because I was like, this is actually really good.
It looks like they're going. To be honest, if you look at their schedule run this year, they're gonna have some pretty good stuff. That Obsession.
Yeah.
I think there's something else. I know. No, to be honest, Other Mommy might be a very underrated because they said that book is really good. So that might be another one.
Nice.
But what I watched this week is only one thing. The Bone Temple. And that's
Boner
it.
Temple all day.
Let's go. Hell yeah. I only have a few watches. I rewatched The Green Room. Fantastic.
Okay.
Fucking, not that he can't really play him anymore, but I would have wished we would have got some more villain roles from fucking Patrick Stewart. You know what I'm saying? He just has that vibrato that he can just do whatever the fuck he wants. And then I watched Wicked for Good with the wife. I enjoyed it. Thought it was a solid sequel and send off to the first one and enjoyed it. And then, of course, I watched Bone Temple. So going to get on into that. Real quick, I don't know. I'm going to surprise a couple of you, both of you guys. But real quick, I just want to give Dylan the floor real quick and can we just hear a little bit about you? Let our audience know a little bit about you. Where did you get started in a horror content journey? And just a little snips.
Horror. When I was like 7 years old, watching The Exorcist. That was kind of like my big one. That's why I love that movie so much. And just grew up just watching them all the time. Horror to me is one of those things. It's like being happy and sad. Those are like good feelings, but they're fleeting. But if you watch horror movies, you always feel like you're always going to feel something watching them compared to, the other emotions. So that's why I love horror, because I'm always feeling something. And the content journey, I was going through my phone about a year ago now is when I started. And in 2016, I wrote down a note that said, start review channel. And that's all I wrote. So I went back and found that just going through my phone, and I was like, you know what, it's time. So started just reviewing horror movies. And now it's kind of snowballing. I'm meeting a lot of people, and I met you guys, Colby. I'm meeting a lot of directors and stuff. Like, you guys know Dylan Brown, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
He lives in my town, so I'm like, I'm trying to be a part of one of his movies, So that's one of my next goals, is to act in something. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, because I'm not a good actor. I just want to be killed on screen. And then this was one of my goals too, was being on a podcast. So it's just, I'm just trying stuff out, because the daily grind gets awful sometimes.
Hell yeah, man. Well, glad that our paths have crossed. And like I said, you're a really cool dude, down to earth, genuine, cracked at Fortnite. And
Dude, you're hella good at Fortnite too. Compared to, like, no offense, like, Dakota's better than Colby, but compared to Colby, holy shit. I'm just talking mad shit about Colby on Fortnite.
We love you, Colby.
No, it's all love. I love that dude.
Yeah. I'm glad I'm happy with the circle and the addition of you, and just all good. I'm glad you're on. Glad we were able to make this happen.
Thanks, bro. I appreciate that.
Yeah, dude. Dakota, do you have any physical media this week?
Oh,
I
I
remember
physical media, but I did get a poster for Primate when I went to go see the Bone Temple today.
That's so sick.
Oh, that's cool.
Hell yeah. I just have a couple. I went thrifting the other day. I'm still a DVD guy, so I picked up the uncut version of Death Sentence with Kevin Bacon.
Nice.
James Wan. One of my favorite Del Toros. Susan Pete.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the sci-fi masterpiece, District 9.
One of my favorite movies, District 9. It's so good.
Yeah. Then I found some splatterpunk in the wild, which was really cool. So I picked up Dead Inside by Chandler Morrison. Apparently, this is a wild ride per Rob Nelson's request, or should I say recommendation. And then I picked up Nothing But the Blackened Teeth by Cassandra Kaw. And this one is like Japanese folklore mixed with a lot of emotion. And so a couple more to add to the TBR.
Nice. That last one you showed, that one, the cover looks creepy as hell.
Yeah, that's what got me. And I'm just like, it makes sense that they're introducing like Japanese folklore with like the no face kind of thing. And
yeah.
So, yeah. Did you pick up anything lately, Dylan?
So the last time I went thrift shopping, I spent way too much money on DVDs. So I calmed down for about a month now. But I did pick up a Repo the Genetic Opera poster that's going to be going behind me somewhere.
Okay.
And then, yeah, nothing crazy. But I didn't realize this. I don't know if you guys have like Save Marts or Wincos, or they're like little small grocery stores. My local Winco has a DVD section that I didn't know about, and they have like terror films DVDs in there, like Ice
shit.
Giant versus Shark and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I told my wife, and she's like, okay, you can go buy like 5 of them because they're only $5 a piece. So I gotta watch my spending because I spend way too much money on stuff.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I feel that, man. But cool. Dakota, you want to get
on? I was going to say there was a couple of things I was going to pick up. One, you guys know how much I love The Housemaid. I really about picked up The Housemaid's Secret just to read it, but then I realized I can get it on Audible, and that might be better for me. 2, I was about to pick up the NECA figure of Nightmare on Elm Street, the original.
Yeah.
But there is 2 that I have in mind. I know Tim from Dark Side Collectibles. Shout out to Tim, by the way. I know he has one of them that I want, so I'm gonna buy off his website very soon. But I had a golden gem right in front of my hands, and it was a Toonie Terrors Victor Crowley. I was gonna buy it until I realized somebody opened it up.
That's a bummer.
Asked for some money off on it and then displayed it.
Oh, for sure. Hell yeah.
I would have.
For sure. But let's get into some horror movie news. I know Dakota's wanting to talk about this first piece, I'm sure.
He's fiending.
Yes. So we finally got an update after a long awaited time for Thanksgiving 2. The Eli Roth movie that was supposed to come out last year on Thanksgiving. So let me pull it up. I did take a screenshot, I think, of this. Maybe not. Okay. But I know, besides the reason that I told last week that me and Goops talked about afterwards, it's kind of like what he's been saying a little bit. Like, he has the script ready. He's ready to go, but he's just waiting on everyone's schedule to get, like, coordinated. Like, Aston Ray is on world tour right now. Milo, who plays Ryan in the movie, he just got done shooting I think it's School Spirit, the ghost show that he's in on Paramount Plus. And plus he's gonna be in the new Tango live action movie. And of course the guy who plays Bobby is on The Pit, and they're about to do season 3 soon. So they're just trying to figure out at least everyone's schedule to do what they need to. And plus he's dealing with a horror section right now, so he has to deal with all that stuff.
Nice. I'm excited to see what they do with it. I'm not the biggest Thanksgiving fan. I will say the John Carver mask is fucking super sick. But it's just a fun slasher. I have fun with it. That opening Black Friday scene still fucking rips.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I'm like, it's just fun. Don't take it too serious. It's just a fun slasher.
Exactly.
And that's why I'm like, I'll watch it. I'm not the biggest fan, but I wasn't the biggest fan of Silent Night, Deadly Night either. But the remake was good. So
yeah,
the original, I was just like, oh, I don't know about this.
Right.
All those movies.
It's a rough franchise.
Yes. Yeah, it is rough. Like the first one, I was like, okay, this is like okay. It's just like a little plot and then like a bunch of titties and then plot titties, but the other ones were awful, dude.
Yeah.
Number 3 with Bill's Mosley with the thing on his head.
Yeah, dude.
Science experiment.
The only one that I think is tolerable out of like the original is the first one, because like you said, it's just kind of there. But the 5th one, the Toy Maker, that one's kind of fun because they actually bring back Christmas like within the plot of it all, and it, evil toys, and I mean these people are trying to get it on, and they got a fucking horde of evil toys coming at them, and like it's hilarious.
Yeah. No, I agree. As long as it's not just a bunch of flashbacks, it's good.
Oh my god.
Yeah. If you took like the whole franchise, I think the ones is the original. I enjoyed that one. 5's not bad, but Goobs, I will tell you something. After the pod that I learned about the guy that owns the toy store in the town, how he got his name. which is very interesting. It's not what we thought. But the Loose remake from 2012, I enjoyed that one.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
And then, of course, the recent one that came out last year.
Yeah. Yeah. God, that trilogy brings back PTSD, or that franchise brings back PTSD trying to watch them. I was texting Dakota the whole time going, what the fuck is going on?
It took me 2.5 hours to get through 3.
Yeah, it was. But
I watched it with my wife, and she was like, "What are we doing?" I was
Yeah.
like, "I have to do this. I'm sorry. I have to watch them."
Yep.
I was like, "I'm sorry." She'll just walk out. If I'm watching a really bad movie, she'll just walk out and go to the room and just chill. I'm like, it's fine.
I feel that. Shoot. But going on to the next piece, I'm actually pretty excited for this because I love this franchise. Paranormal Activity 8 gets a May 21st release date, and this is going to be directed by Ian. Oh God,
Townsend
from the Undertone, or now known as Undertone. And it's going to be, if I'm not mistaken, executive produced by James Wan
and
as
Jason
well,
Blum.
and Jason Blum.
And Blum, yeah.
I'm just kidding. So
Okay.
I'm super stoked for this. I love all of them really, as far as the paranormal franchise. Some were better than others, obviously, but I feel like with this regime on it is going to be great. So what do you guys think?
I'm excited. I'm excited. I love Paranormal Activity. It created such a cultural shift in horror movies when it came out at first. It made its mark, and people hate on it, but I loved it. I love, especially the first one. Just all of them. They're all good. I can't even lie. I love them all.
Same.
So the only ones I've seen parts of is 3. The ending with the older people. Fucking terrifying.
Out of all of them, he's like, I've watched the end of number 3.
No, I haven't watched like 1 or 2.
No, because we rented 3. Like we saw it, and we're like, we rented 3 of like that. I watched by myself.
I love you, Dakota.
Dude, you're so funny. You're so funny.
But the thing I'm glad about this one is, one, it's going to be in theaters. Besides the Next of Kin that dropped on Paramount Plus. And that we actually got a release date of January 21st of 2027 for it now.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, that'll be good.
Oh yeah.
But up next, speaking more of Blumhouse movies to be released in 2027, which, speaking of that, 2027 might be better for Blumhouse than this year, because Mike Flanagan's The Exorcist finally gets a release date after it was supposed to come out of March 13th of this year.
Yeah.
One, this is not connected to David Gordon Green's The Exorcist Believer, which
thank God.
I'm going to say I thought it was okay.
Once it got to like the kids and they brought back the legacy character, I was like, this is just
that's
This is just fodder. They're just throwing shit at this boy. You know what I mean?
It's nostalgia.
The first half of that movie is so good. I actually do like the first half. Then once you bring the mom in, Reagan's mom, I'm like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah.
And then
my wife really liked it too.
And then we have the Avengers at the end of Possession, killing demons. But so this one's not connected. Of course, it's Flanagan, and of course, we all know how we feel about Flanagan. We all love Flanagan's work.
Yeah. Doesn't matter the movie. I love Mike Flanagan. I am a Flanagirly, whatever you want to call me. I love his stuff.
Same.
So this one will be released in theaters March 12th, 2027.
Hell yeah.
Sign me up.
I wish I didn't have to wait that long because I'm excited. I'm not too excited for Scarlett Johansson. For some reason, she rubs me a weird way.
Same.
And I don't know what it is, but like, I'm excited. It's just Mike Flanagan. I'll watch it.
Yeah.
How do you have? Oh, sorry. What were you going to say, Goops? Sorry to interrupt.
I was going to say, I'm glad I'm not the only one with the Scarlett Johansson feeling. It's her, and then same thing. I feel the same way with Jennifer Lawrence. It's like that same kind of feeling. There's something about you that I just don't vibe with. I almost didn't go see the new Jurassic Park because she was in it. And I was pleasantly surprised that she was decent enough where my own personal biases didn't ruin it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I said, it's not like I think she's a bad person. I just don't vibe with her movies.
Yeah, same for me. I look at her and I'm like, there's something there. I don't know what the.
Exactly.
But did you guys see both The Carpenter's Son?
Yes, I saw The Carpenter's Son.
I haven't watched it yet. I've been meaning to, but it seemed like it came and went so quick. There was no hype except in the beginning that I just keep forgetting about it.
Yeah, I saw it in its limited theater run, and then I went to make a video on it. I'm like, I don't know how to make a video on it. Like, it's not blasphemous or anything like that. It's actually a very good telling and very respectful telling of this part of the story of Jesus. And I felt it was a decent movie, except for Nick Cage was just still speaking his surfer like fucking thing. He didn't try. He didn't even fucking try to go back to, like, you know, do an accent of like Egypt or anything like that, because they were in like a small Egyptian town and whatnot. He's just like, I'm a carpenter. I'm just like, bro, like, you're not even trying.
Yeah. And he does that little head bob when he talks.
Yeah, he did this. But the kid in that movie was fantastic. He was dope.
This is what I was going to say. So, Dylan, you've seen both of the Quiet Place movies, right? The original two. You know the younger boy in it, the younger brother.
Yeah.
So of course he plays the boy in The Carpenter's Son.
Oh, I didn't.
His little brother is the one that's attached to this movie also, with Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
I didn't even realize that till like last week. I'm like, okay.
Okay. Jacoby Joopy?
Yeah.
Oh, Joop.
Something like that. Joop?
Yeah. Because I think it's it's Noah Jupe who plays in The Carpenter's Son.
Yeah, surprising.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was really good. This next part I'm really excited for, because if you watched Jimmy and Stig's, and I don't know if they did it with the preview with Dream Eater as well, but you know how Eli Roth does a lot of fake trailers. Well, Snoop Dogg is actually going to star in Don't Go Into the House, Bitch. Which is a little preview that was played before Jimmy and Stig's. And it's exactly what you think. The whole horror trope of don't go into that house. And they're like, do you hear that screaming? I'm going to go in there. Don't go in that house, bitch. And then they go in the house and you just hear screams. They're going to make that into a full. Is it a full feature that they're going to do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one like the trailer.
It's
and
so
what's
good,
weird is half of the cast of Thanksgiving's in that trailer. I watched it for the first time the other day. I'm like, there's that person, there's that person, there's that person.
Yeah. Dude, it's gonna be hilarious. And I mean,
that's so funny.
Yeah. Because I mean I love when they take those fake trailers and turn it into something, because I mean, obviously it was Thanksgiving. Machete was one. Shit, wasn't Grindhouse and Planet Terror done as well? Weren't those fake trailers? Or no, did they?
No, Planet Terror and Death Proof was both of the movies.
Yeah. And they played those other ones, Thanksgiving, Machete, in front of those ones. Yeah. That happened
and
a lot.
Rob Zombie did one, I think, that people
he did Woman of the SS or something, like Werewolf of the something like that.
Yeah, Werewolf Women of the SS or something.
Yeah. God, I want another Rob Zombie film so fucking bad.
So bad, dude. I'm fiending for it, man.
I know, but the sad thing is I don't think he'll fucking come out of like director retirement or whatever.
Yeah.
I need his Halloween 3. Give me a Rob Zombie if you're listening.
I want another, just for me. I just want an original IP, like an original story that he comes up with. I know that they talked about that hockey one that he came out with the Philadelphia Flyers. I can't remember the nickname of it that he was talking about wanting to do. It's like the
Broad Street Bullies.
Broad Street Bully. Yeah,
Mm.
I would fiend for that. Just something of him doing an original concept. But he's like my favorite. He was my most watched horror director all last year because I'm pretty sure I watched 31 at least 10 times last year. That's but
I can't say anything. House of a Thousand Corpses was like my movie for like a year when it came out.
yeah,
Just me watching it over and over. It's such a good movie.
yeah,
It was fun movie.
hell yeah. What we got next, Mr. Dakota?
So up next, we got another shark horror movie that came out. It's coming out. It's Shiver. It was supposed to be released July 3rd of this year, but it got delayed to next year of August 13th, 2027. This is directed by Tim Miller, which I think he done Deadpool. But this is going to be starring Keanu Reeves, and all I think in my head is The Meg with Jason Statham.
Did you? The first Meg was fine.
I love the Meg. Yeah, dude, I love
the first
the Meg.
Meg
That was so
fine. The second one, it was the characters that pissed me off. It wasn't like how out of bounds the movie was. It was the fucking characters in that movie where I'm just like, really, what the fuck? But
I fell asleep about halfway through.
Yeah, give me a shark movie, and I'll fucking watch it. Like, I'm gonna watch Killer Whale probably this week because just a fucking aquatic creature feature. Give it to me.
Yeah, I might try to watch that tonight when we're done.
Yeah.
I just put it on for me and my wife if she's still awake.
Right, and then let's see. Oh God, we'll run through this one real quick here. The Conjuring First Communion gets a September 10th, 2027 release date. Next question.
Fuck this shit. Fuck it. I'm so tired of Conjuring, dude. I watched Last Rites. I'm fucking done, dude.
Wait,
and I knew as soon as I saw them when they were younger, I was like, oh, they're gonna start something else, and dude, I'm so done.
Let's see if I can do it. I'm the villain. I'm the villain.
Fucking, yeah, dude. Jesus Christ.
Oh man. But yeah, so no thank you.
Yeah.
Dakota.
I'm just going to give one positive note. Just one positive. Very slight positive note. Michael Chavez is not returning to direct this one, which is a blessing in disguise. But up next, we got Funko Pops for Silent Hill.
I love how we just fucking hate The Conjuring.
I like the first two.
Yeah,
the
so did I.
I thought it was okay. Now 3 can go piss on itself.
Beating it to just death, dude. I'm over it.
Yeah, it just reminds me of that meme with the Simpsons with Ralph, or not Ralph, but it's like you're killing it when they're fighting on the playground or whatever.
Yeah. Just and I think that's kind of funny coming from someone who's like, I love paranormal activity and will watch 8 of them, but like I can't stand The Conjuring anymore. So there's something about it.
It's rinse and repeat.
Yeah.
So Silent Hill Funko Pops. We're getting a whole bunch of them. They are based off of it kind of looks like of the mixture of Silent Hill 2, but also Return to Silent Hill. So it looks like all those characters, and we're getting a Pyramid Head one, which actually looks pretty nice.
Dude, when I went to that fucking horror shop near me and I saw a bunch of the Funkos that they had like exclusives for the Terrifier franchise. They had the Bloody Pennywise from It Welcome to Derry. Like, it started getting me back intrigued with fucking Funkos. I'm very tempted to start again.
I haven't started on Funkos, but the pyramid head, good shit, Goops. I saw that. Cheers. But the pyramid head looks really cool, so I might pick it up. But I like collecting figures more, like the NECA figures. That's my bread and butter.
Yeah, that pyramid head, just the concept itself is fucking terrifying and just a cool ass design. So I feel you.
So Dylan, you don't have any Funko Pops?
0.
If you buy Pyramid Head, just control yourself if you like it that much. I got nearly 100 now after buying one.
There's a few up there
God.
that I got. Yeah,
Like all over here. That's just part of the collection. I got some
Lord.
over here.
Yeah, so that's why I call it I have that ADHD dog in me, because once I get like attached to something, my ADHD just goes and I just keep buying, doing and stuff. So
yeah.
I had to stay away from that.
Yep, that happens all the time. My wife is the recent Labubu experience, man. The same shit. Labubu like crazy, man. Just
My
because,
wife's Squishmallows. She has like tons of Squishmallows, dude.
Yep.
It's love her to death, but it's crazy.
Dude, I can barely fit on the bed. We have a California King, and the part on the wall is just stuffy, is like crazy, all the way up to like 2/3 of it, and then it's her and it's me on the edge.
Yeah. My wife will have like a big one. It's like 5 foot around, and she just sleeps on the big one on the bed with me next to her. And I'm like, what are we doing? Come on.
I know. What can you do?
Yeah. Honestly, nothing. Just love them. I bought them for her, so I can't complain.
I know.
I'm
Same thing.
Money.
Same thing. I bought all of them for her too. So I'm just like, I am contributing to your bad habits, but what can you do?
Yeah.
But, shit. This next piece of news is pretty cool. Did you see Marshmallow last year, Dylan?
I didn't watch it. It's still on my to be watched. I heard it was great, but I just need to watch it.
Yeah, so the director came. It's fantastic, by the way. It's one of those like, oh, you think it's a normal camp slasher type horror movie? Anything but, to be honest with you. So I can't wait to see like your reaction to the whole thing that happens through the movie. But the director, Andy, shoot, I can't think of his.
No, it's Daniel.
No,
it's Daniel. Who's Andy?
Hey man, Andy, Daniel, it's basically the same. You know, we make our own rules here, dude.
It's Daniel.
Are we sure?
Yeah. We're all named Jimmy right now, so like, why can't it be Andy?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, sorry. The writer, Andy Greshkovic. He's the writer. He came out and said that he's working on a sequel. See, nice. I knew Andy was somewhere, dude, because he just followed me back on TikTok. So that's what I was like. Yeah. I was like, Andy is in there somewhere. But yeah, they came out and they said that they are working on the sequel. The one thing that he came out with and said, though, it's not going to be direct horror. He said that it wasn't going to be like a direct horror movie. Now, what that means, I don't know. Yeah. So I'm curious to see where they're going to kind of go with it. But with how it ended, I need to know what the fuck happened, because that ending is wild.
But without getting to spoilers, which I don't want to ruin for Dylan, the whole movie, it kind of wasn't like a whole horror movie, though.
No, you're right. I felt it more of a coming of age type with a little horror element into it.
Okay.
Because brief synopsis, you follow this like guy, this young kid who has like this kind of awkwardness to him, and they send him to this camp and he doesn't really want to go. And it just has that type of feel to it. You know, he's an awkward kid, doesn't want to go, has social anxiety, and then has to deal with summer camp and all the shit that involves that. But then it just goes, hey, there's a left turn, and go.
Okay.
So. And The director's returning, so Daniel's returning to direct, and everybody from the cast is returning also.
Hell yeah! So that
Just see Goose's face up there.
Dude, yeah. I was like, yeah.
I think
Clip
the wife
that right there.
I think the wife overpoured that one.
You're
Wait, are we going to get Kathy Bates being Kathy Bates tonight?
No, it's Ray Fiennes playing Ray Fiennes.
Oh, okay.
But
Damn.
yeah, so that one's gonna be a good one. Shoot, let's drop into this last piece of news and
Hell yeah. Oh, this is my piece of news. The Silent Night Deadly Night 4K. We're getting a 4K, regular 4K Steelbook, Blu-ray, I think of course DVD, is being released on September. What the fuck? February 17th. No information about the release date of the digital version yet, which I kind of want that digital copy soon so I can rewatch it. I'm like itching and chopping at the bit just to watch it again. But yeah, if you guys haven't seen it, want to see it, pick it up February 17th.
Yeah, I think the digital will probably be somewhere at the beginning of the month of February, because I'm trying to think of how Cineverse did the Toxic Avenger, because that came out. I can't remember exactly when it came out. But then toward the end of last year, it came out to rent, and then just last week it came out on Hulu, and Screenbox and Hulu. So it's probably going to be digital within the 1st of February, and then you can get the physical, and then probably streaming by March on Screenbox, since it's Cineverse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was rechecking again just in case if they done a surprise drop today and they still didn't.
I know. Yeah, I just looked it up too. I was like, hey, maybe, but no, it didn't happen.
But shoot. All right. Well, that's all the news we got, unless you guys got anything that popped up.
I got a weird one. Have you guys did you guys see the news about the grave robber?
Oh fuck.
Oh, yeah.
That's just crazy.
It's crazy, man.
Like, I collect a bunch of taxidermy. Like, I have like just a bunch of dead stuff in a cabinet. That makes me sound kind of fucked, but
nah,
just some cool taxidermy. But this dude takes it to a whole new level.
Yeah. What do you have, like 100 and something bodies or some shit like
that? 105.
And the like cop video, they're like headless and there's heads everywhere and just bodies and stuff. It was crazy. That's straight up real life. They're gonna make a movie about him soon.
Oh yeah,
I already know it.
Yeah. To be honest with you, there's two things. One, he didn't kill nobody, which that's the one good thing.
Silver lining.
Kill nobody. But two, with dead bodies comes that fluid that they put in them. That shit's all over his house.
Yeah,
and this shit
it's gotta smell so bad.
I think they say it's like radioactive or something.
Yeah. Formaldehyde is really gross smelling.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's what they would use on the bodies, but like that's what they use in like animals and stuff. It smells so
I think
bad,
it's embalmed fluid.
Yeah,
that's what they use.
Yeah. But yeah, well, you guys ready to jump into the main topic here?
Let's go. I'm pumped.
All right. Well, Dakota's got serious face.
Wait, you know what I just thought of? Is Ralph Fiennes the guy? Remember? He does have all the bones. He's collecting all the bones.
Oh, snap. He was. He could be, man. I mean, what do you need all those bones for?
Oh, no, he was selling them on Facebook.
Oh, wow. That's hilarious.
Yeah, he was. He was trading them.
That's fucking hilarious.
Oh, God. That's so messed up.
Well, on human bones and everything on that segue here, we are going to get into the Bone Temple. Here's my own little Bone Temple right here.
There you go.
Where the fuck did you get that from?
Fucking Dollar Tree last year during Halloween.
Oh, yeah.
It does light up, but it's dead, so you know. But yeah, we are going to talk about 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple, directed by Nia DaCosta, written by Alex Garland, and produced by, of course,
Cillian Murphy.
No, Danny Boyle. Sorry, I
And
spaced
Cillian
way.
Murphy.
Oh, Cillian Murphy's on there too. I spaced
Yeah.
way the fuck out. I don't know.
I thought you like were giving us a layup for us to say it. I was like,
That's why I said Cillian Murphy. I'm like,
Oh man. But so normally whenever we do these, we do a little spoiler-free review, and then we'll jump into spoilers here a little bit later. So as of right now, we're gonna jump into the spoiler-free review. Who wants to go first?
let's give it to Dylan where he's the guest today.
yeah.
All right.
I'll go first. Coming off of the first 28 years, I think this was the perfect sequel. The music, all the songs they chose during it were just absolutely bangers. It was amazing. Of course, the cinematography is always going to be good, but the overall story with what happens, and I don't want to spoil it, it's a beautiful story of like humanity and, you know, coming of age and growing up, but not so much in the sense of like Spike growing up like the first one. It's something else that happens, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But it loved it. 5 out of 5 for me. I don't, how do I say this? I don't see how people can hate these movies. I get in the first one when they're like, there's not enough zombies, but now that you know how they're going to go, you should expect this. And it's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And Jack O'Connell is insane. That dude and Ralph Fiennes, there is such good actors, man.
Yeah. Hell yeah, dude. I agree with everything you said. You got yours, Dakota? Or you want me to go?
I could go. So, as a big lover of 28 Years Later, really love that movie and what Danny Boyle did with Alex Garland. I was excited to see what they were doing, especially after that ending. Like, we knew Jack O'Connell was coming, and at the ending we got a sneak peek of him and all the Jimmies, and I wanted to see what was happening with him because I heard that this is his darkest role that he has ever taken, and I absolutely love this movie. There was, for me this year, like I explained last week, I normally throw a lot of 5 stars out there, and there was things I was trying to like look up. There were slight like hiccups in this movie that I thought of, but it was not enough to take it down to a 4.5. But it's a 5 out of 5 movie. Nia DaCosta, perfect choice to do this, and she only done this because Danny Boyle was editing the first movie at the time, so it can make its release date because where they shot these back to back. Alex Garland has a great script, a great story in this. Jack O'Connell gives excellent performance. Ralph Fiennes gives excellent performance. Alfie Williams as a second role ever, still stellar as always. But this movie is so much. It has a different tone, it seems like, than the first one, and I like that because it's a tonal shift. Kind of like if you didn't like the first one, okay, 6, 7.
6, 7, 6, 7.
If you didn't like the first one, I heard that a lot of people that didn't like the first one like this one. And as a person who really loved the first one, I'm like, okay, I want to see what I can get into with this one. And this one's dark. There's some funny, goofy moments in this, but this goes dark. It's full dark. It goes to places that I thought this franchise would never go to.
Yeah.
It pushes stakes, and there's a story in here. Sorry about that. With a lot of these characters. But it's a good story for each of them, and it takes time to tell each of these stories in this movie between each of these characters. This movie went by a lot quicker, I think, than the first one did for me. And
I agree with you on that one. It went by so fast.
Yeah.
Because of course we saw in the trailer when Ralph Fiennes and Jack O'Connell's character come face to face, my body had goosebumps in it. Because I think because where Jack O'Connell was becoming like a name out there that everyone wants to see on the screen. And of course, Ralph Fiennes he's good in everything. He's Voldemort. And in such great other movies, to see those two just interact on the screen was phenomenal. The score in this was stellar. To hear that 28 days theme at the end was absolutely phenomenal. That's what I want from this movie, is to have a good, is like Dylan said, I think it's a perfect sequel because it picks up right where the last one left off. And I think that was so good with this one. And I'm just going to say this ending makes me want this third movie so bad. And especially if you're a fan of this franchise, you definitely probably want that third movie.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah, so I agree with everything both of y'all said. I really enjoyed it. I love the tone throughout the film. I love that this was very dark and very, I guess you could say, moody in a way. But I loved how they told the story and how it progressed through. Finally meeting the Jimmies and kind of figuring out where they come from, how they kind of interact with everything in the world itself, and why they do it. I fucking loved how they finally set into motion that, because it's planted a little bit in the first one with the bodies hanging upside down and, you know, those type of things. And you're just like, okay, who are these people doing it? And you finally get the answers to that. And then, I mean, Mia DaCosta's directing was fantastic. How they were able to, the pacing was fantastic for me. I know that's a criticism for a few people, that it was just, you know, kind of dragging a little bit. I felt like it hit every point in just such a smooth way where I was just like, oh shit, we're over already. Like, what the hell? Of course, Jack O'Connell, Ralph Fiennes, fantastic. I loved how they go into the human element within the infected. I won't go any further on that until we get to the spoilers, but I love how they kind of expand the story in that, because I mean, shit, we're 28 years into this and you're figuring out things rather than just how to survive. Now you're trying to adapt and try to live again rather than just survive. So I love the progression, how they do it in this. And shit, some of the shot selections were just absolutely gorgeous, from the fucking tree ranges to the sky and clouds, and just everything was fantastic for me. It's everything that I wanted and I was looking forward to, and just a beautiful setup for this third one. And like I said, we will definitely get deeper into it because I got a lot of feelings toward it, but I'm not going to say it in the spoiler-free section. So if you haven't watched 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple, stop the video right now, go watch, and come back, because we're about to jump into some spoilers right now. So what do you say we get into some spoilers here?
I'm down.
All right. Since Dylan, you are our guest, let's go into how you felt about the transition from the first one to the second one, with how it ended on the first one with meeting the Jimmies, to how it picks up right off. How did you feel?
I absolutely loved it, because at the end of the first one, you see the Jimmies as like Power Rangers, like a little kid's looking up to his heroes because Spike had the Power Ranger in his house. And then we get just immediately dropped into his broken dream, and he is just being attacked by these kids. And now he has to fight for his life to survive to even become a Jimmy. And I thought that was just so perfect, because it kind of emulates how it is in real life, where you're kind of just dropped into the world and then you fend for yourself. And that's it, and that's exactly what happened to Spike. And with Jack O'Connell, him just being like, yeah, do it, you guys have to fight, and him talking to his dad, which I didn't know at first what Old Nick was. And then I was like, is that Satan? And then they said it. I was like, oh, that's insane. This dude's nuts. And we figure out he is nuts.
Yeah.
But I loved it. I love that first scene really shook up the tone of how it was like all goofy and stuff. And then it's just immediate, like in your face. This is not the same.
Yeah. I want to piggyback off that, because what caught my attention right off the bat within that, when you're going into that first section, because everybody was like, oh, the tone of this one, Power Rangers, Teletubby, different colored, jumpsuits, like all this like kiddie stuff. What I found, just the little nuances when they're panning through this like water park, that indoor water park that they're in, it literally says no children in here on that sign.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm like, okay. And then it drops in, and now they're in this fight to the death. I'm like, yeah, you can't be a child in this fucking world anymore. You have to nut up and just grow up right then and there. So Spike, as a child, and through the whole first one into the second one, he was trying to figure out what it meant to be a man and be this sort of actual, adult man, and to take care of his family and everything like that. Like, yep, we're dropping into, there's no more childhood in this. You just fight for survival, and it is basically right there. There's no more kids. No, these aren't kids no more. Because I mean,
that kind of goes in with like the first one with like the Boots song, like the Boots. You're taking these kids and sending them off to war. You're stripping them of their childhood and everything, and taking their lives. And that's exactly what this movie was, is you have stripped Spike of everything, his mom, his dad, and everything around him. And he's just thrust into the Jimmy gang. And it's like just an allegory for war, pretty much. Like, Jimmy is the general, just go fight for me.
Exactly. And I love how you said with, him kind of, he's talking to Satan, but he's talking to his dad, or he's talking to his dad, but it kind of has he's thinking it's Satan the whole time. And like, he's the son of Satan and everything like that. And I like how they brought like the religious aspect of it, because they kind of touch on it a little later in there, talking about his dad was the one that was letting the infected in the first scene of the first movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And basically taking away his childhood. So of course he's clinging on to what he knows and is best. And that's why I love the little hints of them talking about the Teletubbies throughout the film, and at the dinner table of that fucking family house, you know what I mean? That farmhouse, and the little tidbits throughout there. So I fucking loved the script and Nia DaCosta's direction with the script to put those different things in there. And I fucking loved it. What about you, Dakota? I know you enjoyed the movie, obviously, too. So what do you think of this first little segment and transition from 1 to 2?
I really enjoyed it because, like, kind of like to piggyback off of Dylan, like at the beginning, at the end of the first one, it's like silly. They're like the silly type of group, and I think that's what rubbed a lot of people wrong when they didn't like the first one at all. But it's that ending. But you're dropped into this one at the very beginning, like you said, like they're beating up on them. They want to kill them, and it's to the point. This is when I knew that Jack O'Connell's character was really fucked up. He is sitting up there, and he's just like, he's looking down. He's not even fucking caring. It's kind of, this is how I look at it. It's about himself. He just has this group along with him, but he's so selfish that he knows, and that he's telling a lie the whole entire time. And we figure that out about in this movie, because if you look, especially because once Spike got out of the whole entire thing with a lucky chance when he stabbed that one Jimmy right in the leg. That was so fucking
Yeah.
lucky. But I knew because when he walked up to him and he just looked him dead in the eye, he's like, okay. And he just walked away and he just watched him bleed out. I'm like, this dude is so fucking ruthless. And it picks up when, of course, they go to the house of that family. And he's sitting there and that boy and that man, that woman, young man, that woman come in, which that young man is Andy Serkis's son.
Oh, no way.
Yes, I didn't even know that.
That's crazy.
Wow, I didn't know that.
That's crazy, actually.
It kind of shows that he has a good side when he's like, oh, do you remember the Teletubbies? And he's explaining the Teletubbies, like, oh, he's like, oh, they got televisions in their stomach and everything. I'm like, okay. And a lot of us like grew up on the Teletubbies, like watching them when we were younger, even for the United States. So we picked up on that, but he's like, this whole entire scene of them in the house, I felt so tensed and nervous and like it felt like I was in the house and I didn't want to be there the entire time. Because when she's like, oh, get the fuck out. And I'm like, oh, fuck. And you know that because you just watched him treat that guy that way. I'm thinking, this is the wrong fucking move. And he's like, okay, we'll get out. But first, we're going to kill you. And I'm like, this dude really don't care about fuck anybody, especially where she's pregnant. If he can kill Spike, he's going to kill a pregnant woman.
Yeah.
And that just shows how far, not only him, but how much he has brainwashed all these people.
Yeah.
To believe his method.
It reminds me of like a schoolyard bully. Where he's like, well, my dad's better than your dad. And since he lost his dad at 8 and the way he talked to Kelson later, he's like an 8-year-old trapped in an adult's body and he's just trying to play God with everything.
Yeah.
And he's just trying to figure it out, but he's still a really bad guy trying to do it,
100%. And I love how, and tell me if I'm way off on this, but when I was watching it with how kind of the schoolyard bully type, that's a good analogy, because watching it and seeing like anytime they come across somebody and they're like, he's like, hey, I need another finger, basically. Because I like how they kept putting the religious aspect into it, the using the devil and him praying and need another finger, and and even his hand placements when he was walking and whatnot, just little subtle things were cool in that aspect. And I mean, he's not a good guy, obviously, but it also reminds you of like how easy it is for some people to be manipulated and turned into a follower of a really horrible person just because of the sleight of tongue, talking about Teletubbies and the fun things and this and that. But in all actuality, you're looking at a fucking monster. And it goes into why Danny Boyle wanted to put in or base Jimmy Crystal off of Jimmy Salva in the sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that motherfucker was everybody loved him. He was perfect. He's this and that, but he's a fucking literal monster. And but he had this following, this cult following, and it just goes to show how easy it is to allow that to happen, especially in a world of chaos and people trying to just survive and find a way of normalcy. And I felt like they added that really fucking good, and like were able to pinpoint ways to make that happen.
Yeah. And it's kind of funny, like you see on TikTok and stuff, all these people that are like idolizing the Jimmy character, and it's like, you guys are missing the entire point.
Oh, 100%, dude. Like,
you're not supposed to idolize him. Yeah, it's like cool and edgy, but really he's a bad dude in not a good way.
Yeah. Like I mean, shit, last year I dressed up for him for Halloween, for Christ's sake. But I knew exactly what he was and like how it is. And I mean, yeah, it's ironic that you got this guy dressed up in a fucking tracksuit with a bunch of chains and a goddamn tiara on. And you're like, this guy's the most evil person in this fucking apocalyptic world right here. Even more so than the damn infected. And speaking of infected, and Dakota, you can cut me off if you want to jump in. But speaking of the infected, I loved how they treated the infected in this one. I know everybody talks about Samson's dick. I get it. It's there. It's girthy and big. I understand. You can't miss it.
It's beautiful. Come on, it's slapping.
But I loved how they treated his relationship with Ray Fiennes' character. I loved how no matter how much death Ray Fiennes' character saw, he still wanted to see life. He still wanted to see if he could make the world better. And when he started to, obviously he was drugging him at first, and then it showed like this infection doesn't take over everything. It just it has a little cover over it that can be just peeled back. And I loved how they were able to explore that aspect of it. Yeah. What do you guys, before I continue, what do you guys think on that? Am I looking too far into it? Did you guys feel that kind of same connection there?
I'll let Dakota go if he has.
Okay, so with this is the part I really enjoy because Kelson knew he could try to treat Samson because, of course, he's a doctor. And he tried everything. He tried the morphine, and he knew he's like only got so much morphine left, and he was about to give up. He was about to kill Samson. And it's the part when Samson looks up and he's like, Moon. And he's like, oh, fuck. And he was about to like push that, whatever the fuck that was, and he all the way into him and just kill him. And he's like, it's kind of like hope. It's kind of like with this 28 years of like darkness that they have been having, like that's like the one light of like hope that Kelson has seen in the past 28 years.
Yeah.
Is this infected alpha say a human word for the first time.
Yeah.
And just because this is when he, like you said, when he starts going to kind of like his bag of, and thinking of like, how is this affection like taking place? Like, I like how it done it with this because, of course, we all thought that the little baby was going to be the cure at the end of the first one. But I like how it's like, it's not really like an affection, like a zombie affection. It's more kind of like you said, like a fog over the brain.
Yeah.
And you got like, it's kind of like when you get a concussion. Because of course, when you get a concussion, like your head's not working right. Like you get blurry vision. Bright lights hurt your eyes, and like you can't think like very like cognitive, and that's what it looks like the virus does. And this is the best scene I think of the movie to put us in the POV of the infected. Is when Samson is looking at that guy on the ground.
Yes.
And we see him, and the guy looks normal to us, but to them, it's kind of like a demon, like a ravenous creature towards them.
Yeah.
And they just want to kill it.
I'm glad you pointed that out because I caught that too, and I wanted to know your guys' thought because I love that little subtlety where it's like they don't see them as people and as regular people. They're demons or whatever, that the shock over the face. Like I thought that was a very nice way to kind of add a little bit more context to what this disease or this infection is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I fully agree. When I saw that, I was like, wait a second. I thought that was one of the most important scenes in the movie because it shows exactly what they're seeing, and they're seeing these things. At least Alpha Samson, he's seeing these ones that aren't in his group as these terrors, and he must be seeing the ones around him as fine. and he doesn't really think anything's wrong, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
And that's why all the drugs, like we were saying, we're peeling back the layers. And the train scene, oh my God, that was super important too. But once you peel back all the layers, the people are still there. It's just like rabies. It's the rage virus. People are still there. It's just everything's clouded. There's too many layers and walls up, which kind of has to do with mental health and mental illness nowadays is breaking down the walls, trying to get your mental health better, So I think it's a good, they did that in a good way that they were able to I don't know if it's cured, but going at it like your pain, your sensory, your head's psychosomatic stuff, that was good in my opinion.
I definitely agree. That train scene, holy shit. There's a few things that stuck out to me on that train scene, but we can get to that, in a little bit if you want. Dakota, I had a question for you, but now it just left. I wanted to ask you, so whenever in the first one, when that zombie or the infected gave birth in the train, and Ray Fiennes kind of had the talk about, the wonderful creation of the placenta, this and that, to keep the baby hidden. I liked how they brought that where he was in the train in this one and took the pregnant lady's body out and did the whole thing. But when he did the bones and stuff, he set it up with the female orientation on the after he burned it and cleaned it up, he set it up with the pelvis and everything like that to kind of highlight the power. And this is just me. It could just be me overreaching. But I mean, you don't take the lower half of a pregnant woman and set it up in a way after that to not show how strong women are and how important they are to society in regards to what they bring to the world itself. And I thought that was just a little subtle detail that may or may not have been there, but that's what I felt. Did you guys catch that, or do you think I'm reaching?
No, I think that's perfect. Yeah. Holding the uterus and the womb above everything, which I mean, technically women are the only ones that can keep us going.
Exactly.
Men are just here, we're just here, and we have this whole patriarchal bullshit of we're better than women, but in reality it's they're the ones that keep us going. Without them, we are nothing, literally nothing. And me and you were just talking about it, how we could get our wives and stuffed animals and whatnot. It's because we know they are so important, and that's just a monetary thing, but we want to keep them happy because they are literally our lives.
Yeah.
And that sounds kind of simpy, but I fucking love my wife. I'd do anything for her, And
exactly.
It's just, I agree with you. And I think it is that deep. I think that moment is that deep, and people should think about it a little bit more like that.
Do you also think it's of his quote, the memento mori, about life? And if you think she brought life into this world?
Yeah. I mean, it honestly, I mean, she brought life into a world of death, basically. So no matter what your stance is on how important women are, like you said, people probably think it's simpy and whatnot, but honestly, women are the literal backbone of society, because without them, society doesn't grow, society doesn't gain anything. So, I mean, to throw that little piece, not only in the first movie, but in the second movie with after she's already gone, it's she brought life, and with her death, she brought life. So regardless, women, whether in life or death, they still bring something to this world that we're in.
Yeah, and her being in the eyes of the normal humans, she is literal death to them, but she's still able to produce the life. I think it's just a beautiful way of putting it.
Yeah, I thought that's what I loved about these particular ones, because if you look at the original 28 Days Later, it just goes to show like they touch on like the militarization and like how military can be during these things and like non-human, and they touch on those type of deals in the first two, if you think about it, because also in the second, in the 28 weeks, you got them going, oh, we're just gonna fucking carpet bomb them, fuck it, who gives a shit, you know what I mean? Like they don't, but this one they're touching on it of a more humanity based way, and it's not a zombie film per se. It is, but it isn't. It's more of a allegory for humanity and being kind and accepting people for who they are, no matter what is going on in the world. And it's just such a bigger picture, in my opinion. And I think that's why I like it so much, where regardless of where we all come from, we all live and we all die. It's just what we do in between those time frames of what makes us worthwhile. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like touching on the abstracts of like life, death, kindness, and humanity and stuff. And it's like, here's how it plays out. How do you feel about it? And I think, yeah, we probably should be treating each other a lot better than we are now, especially with everything going on in the world.
Yeah.
But people just, yeah, it's just crazy.
Yeah, I know. I know Dakota, when we talked about the very first on 28 Years Later, when it came out last year, it was just a lot more about the family dynamic and what it means to be what it means to be a man and to take care of the ones that you love and your family and stuff like that. And I feel like it has just this transgression and this this progression to another whole setup of humanity. What do you think, Dakota?
Yeah, I do think that a lot.
Yeah, it just I want to ask you a question. I know that we're in a zombie or infected thing, but god damn, that scenery with the green trees and the fields and everything, it's so hard to not say, god damn, that's beautiful. You know what I mean?
True.
Yeah, like it's so green. I'm like, that's so nice. I just want to like run through it.
I know. And then because I know some of those shots were crazy, where it had like the sunset with the trees hitting it, or they were looking at the sunset through the trees, and then the birds swarming around and just like everything. I thought it was just a beautiful movie. And I don't know, because I know Nia DaCosta did the directing. I don't know how it works with the cinematography and whatnot, if it's the same cinematographer who did the first one. I don't really know on the technical level, but these two movies have been some of the most beautiful movies that have come out in the last few years. In my opinion, they're just so gorgeous to look at.
They're masterpiece. And he's always been, the 28 movies have always been beautiful, because even in the first one and the second one, you get these huge shots just showing everything, and then you get to something crazy, and I'm like, it's such a good juxtaposition between like the calmness and then the violence.
Yeah. 100%.
Okay. To rewind, I was thinking about something else about later in the movie. When you said that, I heard you a little bit. What was your thing you were talking about both of the movies again?
Me?
Yeah.
As far as like, so I felt like the first 20, are we talking about the 28 years, or are we going back to all the way to 28 days?
No, because when you were talking about you asked me about 28 years later, because we talked about last year and how it goes along with this one.
So I felt like this one, or the first one, we delved into a lot of like the father-son relationship, as well with the mother-son relationship, and how Spike sees his dad in the first one going, that's not what a man is supposed to do. You're stepping out on mom who's dying of cancer. Like, I want to take her to the doctor because there's a potential of it actually helping. and you see his humanity and him wanting to actually protect and do everything he can for his family, when the other one is just trying to be that toxic masculine man, like, my son killed these fucking infected coming to us, this and that. And then we transfer into this next one with the Bone Temple, and you're still going in the humanity route, where we get to see Jimmy and what his heart has gone through with the 28 years, because he was 8 when it happened. And we see, where he's come from in the 28 years prior to that, or following that. And you just see that he's gone down the path of darkness and vitriol, and just honestly, he had a God complex. Like you said, that high school bulliness to it. It touches on so many different social commentaries from the first one into this second one, but it plays in a whole harmonious way from first to second, in my opinion. And I love that it is, in my brain, it works flawlessly. It's been working fantastic. But I felt like, this one played more into because we had the family aspect in the first one. Now you're out in the real world dealing with strangers and dealing with other, other bad people, you know what I mean? And you kind of have to figure out how to maneuver your way through this type of humanity, or lack thereof. And I thought it was done fantastically.
Yeah, it started off like the first one was like the micro, which is like your community, your neighborhood. And then this one's like you're going out of your neighborhood to different like states or cities and stuff, and meeting all the bad people or meeting the people there. And it's just, it's awesome. I love this movie so much.
So like how you said the first time, I agree with you. This is what I want to expand out a little bit more. Like, I agree with you on that parts, but this also shows like 2 different tone sets of what you have, because Spike's a little bit older than Jimmy is at the time when he lost all his family.
Yeah.
Like, you see it.
Was he 13?
He's 12 or 13.
Yeah. Sorry.
He's 13 because in the first one they said 13-year-olds can go out because it was his 13th birthday. That's why that's why Jamie wanted to take him out. And it kind of shows that Spike, it's kind of like his household, like you said, his dad, like Jamie told him, like, you gotta be the man of the house, you gotta be the strong one. And of course, like, he's still a little boy, because of course, like the Power Rangers, like we mentioned earlier and everything, and he loves his mama, and he wants to take his mom to Kelson to get her cured of whatever she has, and we find out later on that she does have cancer. And I think this is it, because the hope he had taking her there and finding out that she has cancer and that she's going to die, there's no cure at all. And for her, of course, I think because what the movie looks like is she tells Kelson to kill her. Of course, Spike puts her skull on the top of the Bone Temple at the very top of the centerpiece. And this shows kind of like Spike is like, he's like looking for hope, and he finds the hope in the Jimmies. But of course, later on we find out that the Jimmies are not hope. They're more, it's brutal, and it's kind of like the thing of, it's kind of like the way they were raised, because it looks like Jimmy was not raised in the best household before the whole entire affection apocalypse scene happened, because his dad kind of like you said had that kind of like that God complexes of like, I'm the best, like I'm evil, I'm against God and all of this, even though he was like the preacher. And just to, like you said, just to let the infected in there kill his mom, kill all the siblings at the time, and leave him by himself, and takes the cross and be like, even though we don't believe God in that much, you trust him. And he just takes that thing and he runs like by himself
Yeah.
for 28 years of just running around. And there is one other thing before I'm gonna tell you guys why I was thinking at that time, because this resembles Spike so much, and it's around that around the barn scene. Now, I really want to talk about that barn scene, and it's that was I was gonna say oh fuck, I just forgot about it.
Happens to the best of us.
Yeah, it was about Jimmy and Spike. Oh, I will remember it, but what I was going to say is what I was thinking about when you were talking about before. I agree with you. Before I had to rehear you and explain more on it, is remember when he let the pregnant woman go?
Yeah,
And
Spike.
did he think in his head that reminds him of his mom?
Well, I could see that. But I don't know if he directly correlated it with his mom, but I think he correlated it as there's something else. They're not just infected. There's still people under there, because even when him and his dad, when they got the one strung up, he was like, he didn't care that it was a fucking infected person. He's like, who the fuck would do this to an infected person just to hang them up like this and, do all that shit? He was very more on the moral side of things, I felt, on both 28 years and the Penn Temple.
I remember I forgot. So this is why I think Jimmy has so much control over the Jimmies. It's because it's a ragtag group because of course Jimmy, probably if he's 8, he's 36, right? All of these other Jimmies are very young. Yeah. So they probably grew up during this they were probably born into it or grew up during this whole entire infection apocalypse. And it's the looking for hope.
Yeah.
Especially if they don't have the hope they need to out there. And they're trying to lean off this guy. And of course, like you said, he's giving that God persona complex like he has. And they latch onto it.
Yeah. No, they definitely do. They're looking for, just like all cults, and I know like my tag is like horror cult, but I think it's just kind of funny. But in like normal cults, they try to find the ones that are like, I don't want to say the weakest people, but mentally they need to look up to something, and that's what they try to get. And so I think that's what Jimmy's doing, and I think he's scary as shit to them. Like we saw his ruthlessness towards the end with Kelson. But like to them, he's probably beating on those kids all the time and stuff just to show that I'm the big boss.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there's definitely that narcissistic way that these type of people have, where it's like, you'd be nothing without me. You'd be dead already. You need me. Even though Jimmy is still scared from when he was a kid. And he's still scared of what's going on around him. And that's why he has to have that persona of his dad, and where he makes himself the child of Satan and stuff like that. Like no like normal thinking person is going to be like, I'm the child of Satan. You got to follow me for like, it's just, there's something else going on with this dude. And a lot of it comes with his, lack of a better way. I know it's not the most articulate way, but his daddy issues.
Yeah.
That he's still trying to cope with. And now, not only does he have daddy issues, he's technically the leader and the dad of these groups of Jimmies. How more narcissistic can you be to be like, yep, your name is my name now? Like,
yeah, you're Jimmy.
It just shows the narcissistic manner of this dude, but it fits so well with what they're trying to paint, that cult of personality type shit. Shout out CM Punk. But
that's what I thought when you said that.
But you have
got it in there.
Had to do it. But I just feel like there's so many layers within these stories. And I feel Alex Garland is one of the best to have nuance in the story where you can be a how do I put it? You can be a casual moviegoer and watch it, understand it, and go, "Oh, that was cool. I like that." But you could be like us, where we kind of dig a little deeper and kind of go further and go, "Well, shit, this is there, this is there, this is what. Whoa, holy shit!" And I feel like he's great at it. I mean, with his other movies, I haven't watched Civil War yet, but like Annihilation with the other, that
Ooh,
goes into the ecological horror side of things, and
yeah.
though he has different ways of writing, and I mean, even warfare, even stuff that's not horror with warfare. I mean, that came out last year. His nuances of war is not like it's not fun. Like you got this propaganda saying, "Oh my God, war, kick ass, USA, blah blah blah." But no, it's 100% opposite of that. Like nobody wants to do this. And you see the repercussions of war in a non-glorified way. And I feel like he's a writer that's able to do that and very good at it. And that's why I think I love this 28 years or the 28 franchise in general so much, because of his ability to paint this story in so many
Yeah.
ways.
He always has something big to say, but he does it in such a way that you can pick up on it. But if you wanted to get in there deeper, you can totally do that too. And I love that about this series. Even
Yeah.
Annihilation was fantastic.
Yeah. I wanted to go back a little bit to what you were saying. I want to go to the train scene. When Samson after he talks to Ray Fiennes' character, and he kind of is talking to him, and like, this isn't who you are, like kind of basically like, I want to bring back your humanity. There's a way that I can do it because of the morphine, because of this, that, and the other. Like, just say something. And like when Dakota said, he says the simplest word, moon, and it's like, oh shit, it's working, right? And I was curious when during that scene. I was like, oh, he said moon because of the moon in the sky, because it was dark and stuff. But when we get to the train scene, and he kind of starts flashing back to when he was a kid, and he starts getting these memories back, and he's reading a fucking book on space and the moon. And I was like, holy shit, he picked that memory from that long ago to now when he's fucking infected and doing all this stuff. That's the memory he pulled from. And I don't know. I don't know if there's any significance of why he pulled that one. Maybe that was just right before he got infected, so everything else from there was cloudy. Do you guys think
That's why I think it was. I think that's the last memory he had, because I think that whole entire train was attacked by the infected.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think that was like his last trip with his family, and he was a young kid and reading about the moon with his parents there. And that's why it's so important that he was like, I don't have a ticket, and then flashes back to reality again, because he fully remembers. Like, he has fully changed. I don't know if the infection's gone, but he has become a human again in that sense, for having the memories and the love that he had for his family and stuff.
Yeah. And I loved dude, holy shit, though, when he fucking started breaking that, like, he picked that dude up and broke the dude over.
Just smashed him. Oh my God, dude.
Yeah, in the train. That shit was,
I'm like, what the fuck?
That shit was brutal as hell. And when he walked out, and then I love the editing in this movie, by the way. Just like the how they, because you're watching this, right? And then it kind of flashes to them back in the Bone Temple, and the Jimmy's coming up, and to meet Satan and this, that, and the other, and that just goes to the narcissistic ways of Jimmy again, talking to Ray Fiennes' character and saying, I need you to do this for me, because if I don't do this, they're not going to believe me of what I've been telling them this whole time. So, of course, they had devised the plan and stuff. And speaking of, that fucking scene was sick as fuck. when he's spinning the fire and the music.
Iron Maiden's playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that was so good. I did want to go back a little bit to when Jack O'Connell's talking to Kelson.
Yeah.
And you could see his mask slip a little bit when he's like, "Oh, I can actually talk to you like as man to man instead of man to child to like kids." And the little mask slip, and then he's like, "Well, I need you to do something for me. I'm going to kill you." It was just a little subtle thing that I was just like,
yeah,
dude, Jack O'Connell's acting is crazy.
I agree, and like you said, you get that little slip, and then he goes back into but I'm going to kill you anyway if you don't do this the way I want to. And it's like, bro, you were slipping, because I feel like, because he was like, yeah, it was 8 when this happened, and my dad kind of let it all in, and he goes, you must have had a lot of memories back then with your age, and it was kind of like maybe he was trying to get what his father felt back before it happened. And so that's when it started to like slip a little. Excuse me. It started to slip a little bit, and then he was like, "Oh fuck, I'm losing it. Hold on, I'm gonna kill you." Like,
yeah. He was like, "I'm trying to confide into this adult. I could actually talk to him and talk to him about my dad." But he's like, "Wait, I gotta like button up a little bit. I have to be this ruthless guy again. I gotta be the bully." And then he's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna feed you your intestines."
Yeah, that was a good fucking pull. That was a good pickup, because going off of that, I feel that, and I feel like, because just a few things that he said was like, yeah, he felt like he could talk as a kid again. He could confide and be that kid where he needed, whether it's fatherly advice or whatever the case may be. And yeah, he's like, actually, no, I got to kill you anyway. So hold on, fuck that. Like,
yeah, wild. What about you, Dakota? You like that scene? What do you think?
So before even that scene, I want to talk about the barn. The barn has been
we do have to talk about the barn. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're talking about the one after they take that family, right?
Yes.
Or whatever. Okay. All right.
First of all, when he's like, "We have charity we gotta do," I'm like, "What the fuck is charity?" And he's like, "Oh, we're going to unwrap them." I'm like, "Oh fuck, they're going to skin them." I'm like, "Oh my god, they're going to skin them."
Dude,
they don't shy away from it. They don't shy away.
No, they didn't shy away at all, dude.
The sound design in this movie, stellar, because when you hear them rip that skin off that, dude, you hear everything.
And like plopping on the ground, I was like, "Oh no!"
Yeah.
Then you hear the noises outside the barn also, when Spike and Kelly, we find out later on her name is sitting out there, and it's before even when the shit hits the fan in there, and you hear the screams of just those people, and you see the aftermath of the 3 of them de-skinned. Their arms have skin on them up here, but like all down
like
here,
half
like
burned too.
Yeah, that shit was.
Dude,
this one was visceral. Like, it had some fucking gnarly scenes like that. Then even just like the little bit you get with I'll go back, but like just the visceralness of the fucking alpha. You see his first kill rip, pull the whole spine out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You see that shit last film.
Yeah.
I have that pickaxe on Fortnite, just the spine and the skull. I had to buy it. I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking crazy. And it's like, but yeah, that barn scene, and I don't know if you guys picked up on it. I was thinking about it after the fact, because when you're in that type of when you're in that type of group, and you all want to kind of feed into what the quote unquote leader is. Like, every big bully has other little bullies in their group, and they try to be the big bully and all this stuff. Did you notice when he picked that girl to fight, and she's like, "Oh, you just thought I'd be an easy fight." She was super cocky and super narcissistic, and showed signs of Jimmy himself. Because if, like, let's say he tried to fight Jimmy, he'd do the same shit. He'd be talking shit, gassing himself up the whole time, because he just has that narcissist-centric self, his self-centered self. The girl did the same thing, and she was like toying with him and all this stuff. And then, dude, when I was going, I was like, oh shit, what is she gonna do? Is she gonna like how is she gonna do that? And then when that fucking hook, all you hear is whoosh,
Ooh.
I kind of went like, did I hear that right? Like, what the fuck happened? And then it panned back when that bitch threw the fucking ooh.
Yeah.
But I
Yes.
thought it even. So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I'm just like, ugh. That hook was crazy.
And even panning back all the way to the beginning fight with the other fucking Jimmy toying with Spike, he had that same type of nobody can touch me because I'm a Jimmy. And Jimmy has that same kind of vibrato, that aura about him, like you can't fuck with me because I've painted this picture of myself.
Yeah.
And then both of them ended up dying anyway. So I'm just like, you probably shouldn't fucking idolize yourself after this dude, because fuck.
There's only a few things that scare me in movies, and the like hook going in her head. I don't know if it scares me or like makes me feel just a certain way. When she started talking all weird, for some reason, brain damage and brain shutting down freak me the fuck out. It makes it feel so real for some reason. In that scene, I was sitting there like, I feel so bad for this girl, but she's awful. But I'm just like, I just don't like seeing people die that way. It just freaked me out a little bit, but it was such a good scene, and it's needed because you're right. She had the cockiness, just like the big dude. The big dude in the pool was like, "Oh, I'm bigger than you. I can just mess you up." She did the same thing. He died by an artery in the leg. She died by a shot to the head. Like, they're not actual gods.
Yeah. And I loved how, and I loved how Jack O'Connell reacted to it. Like, he was just like, oh shit, like, me too? That could happen to me too. Like, he had that, like, we're fucked. Like, I'm fucked in a way.
Yeah.
And it was the layers of this movie and just how it all played out was fantastic for me.
The next thing after that is when that boy has that. I don't know why. I don't know how they got a propane tank in the barn when he just like sets off. He just goes like blazing.
Dude, that was so nuts.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to know, do you think that girl, the one that fucking hooked that chick and got out of the thing after she like got away from Spike, do you think she's gonna come back within the movie, or do you think that's just like a getaway kind of thing?
I think she might be on the dad's island with that first settlement that Spike's from. I think she might go there. I have a feeling.
Yeah, because they got to tie Aaron Taylor Johnson back into it with the baby and everything like that. They got to kind of tie that whole thing back in together. I wanted to talk going back to the train scene, if that's cool. Because I loved how they edited it to where you get, because after Jimmy and Ray Fiennes' character talk, and he's like, Samson, I have something that I need you to do for me, kind of. And he had like, I don't know, I don't recall if it was like, he's like, Samson, I need something from you type deal. And then he kind of went off on his own and whatnot. I'm like, okay, well, what is he going to do? Like, but then he went to the train, he got the memory back, and he kind of understood like what he was at the time, or what he is. And then, but after he comes out covered in fucking blood and everything like that, it cuts to the Jimmy's coming into the Bone Temple. Yeah. And then it gets into the show of him being the devil and, you know, Satan and all this other shit and all that. And when he notices, obviously, Spike, it's like, because of course this goes back into the narcissistic thing. Hey, I need you to play that you're Satan, that I am right, and they need to listen to me with no exceptions. They need to make this thing grow to mass proportions and all this other stuff. You know, those were his commandments. But then when he noticed Spike, he added that other one and oh, how quick were they to realize to feel like, well, Jimmy's not the fucking guy. This guy's the guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if this guy says, "Hey, crucify Jimmy because you're my only son," and Jesus let his only son go to get crucified, and how quick they were able to switch, I thought that was just kind of another way to show like Jimmy, like no matter what you do, humanity will still conquer your evil traits and your own plan. Like you are not going to survive this type of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. I thought that was such a good scene because, like Kelson said, he's like, hold on, can you guys hear that? Do you hear like a buzzing or anything?
Yeah, it buzzed a little bit.
Okay, let me try. Can I go turn that off real fast? My heater just went on.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're good.
yeah.
So while Dylan's gone, I want to talk about it's the part when Samson and Kelson are dancing at first, and Kelly sees them.
Yeah.
It shows you that Kelson has lost his mind because there's no music playing at all, and that's coming from his head.
True.
I didn't pick it up, and someone posted it, and they hated that scene. But I saw him like, oh my goodness, the music's not playing from down in the basement. He didn't bring the record player out there.
Yeah.
I'm like, has just like lost it. And I think it's the point of him having the goal of trying to get this cure figured out, and that has took his life over.
Yeah.
And he has to work on it every damn day, over and over, and it's just got to him where he's just dancing up there with Samson now in the middle of the day.
Yeah. Yeah. You do see kind of the obsessionness, the obsession with finding the cure, especially with Samson, and that wanting to bring humanity back in a way. And you see that just absolute breaking point for him. And I think that's another reason why he said, okay, I have to fucking do what Jimmy wants me to do because I have my own personal thing going on. You know what I mean? Like his own plan with Samson. It was just, when the first time when they were like, when he drugged Samson and it's like, I'm just gonna lay down here, and then if you fucking kill me and come back, it is what it is type shit. I was like, no fucking way. Like he just laid
balls on him. The balls, dude.
I was like, he just laid down. I was like, he woke up and he's like, oh, okay. And I think that was the point that he needed, or that was the thing that he needed to know, that, oh, this can be kind of, quote unquote cured or whatnot, because he didn't just absolute cock slam him while he was asleep.
Literally. Right on the forehead, just smashed.
Just crush. But what did you guys think of I love the fact, so going back to once he sees Spike and he goes, oh, here's another commandment, blah, blah, blah. And then Jimmy's like, he's not Satan. If he is, how come I can do this? And shanks him. And I'm just like, oh shit. Like,
yeah, I was so mad.
I was like, you gotta be shitting me. But then he goes, but then the other chicks are like, or the other Jimmys are like, what'd you do that for? And then the back and forth. And then that one chick, Kelly, is a badass, dude. And she's not one of those that is going to just say I'm a badass. She's like, I'm just going to do it. Because when he's like, nope, get her. She's like, please don't. And one Jimmy rushes her, catches him. The other one, she's like, don't do it. Runs at her, catches her. And then it's just, they both turn to Big Jim. And all of a sudden, dude, I am so happy for Spike. That was a climactic, like, yes, he knew, because he never wanted to take life. Even in the infected, he didn't want to take life because he found that there was still humanity in there. And I think when he looked at Jimmy, he realized that there's no humanity left. There's no coming back from this. And the only way to have this person to be cured or clean is to fucking kill him.
Yeah.
And when he stuck him, I was like, yeah. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, same. Same.
Yeah, and when she's like, we just gotta do the last she's like, you know him? He's like, yeah, I know him. He's not fucking Satan, like, you idiot. And he's like, well, that doesn't mean we can't. She's like, that doesn't mean we can't do his last commandment. And they fucking string his ass up on the upside down cross, take him shirtless, and then it just pans out, and I was just like, oh shit. And they're walking out of the bone temple, and they finally introduced themselves as Spike and Kelly, which I thought was cool, that they had this like human moment, like, no, this is my name, we're not associated with that shit anymore, and we're all we got, kind of thing.
I love that part when he was crucified, because he got stabbed under the rib like Jesus did, but he was crucified upside down like Peter, because Peter, I think I told you guys I love like Catholic horror and shit like that. Because I was raised Catholic, but Peter was crucified upside down because he wasn't worthy to be like Jesus.
Yeah.
So just those little details that I'm like, that's perfect, because this dude is not worthy to even be Satan's son. He's just a piece of shit.
Yeah. And I loved how they brought a lot of the religious aspect within to this one, because even when they were showing the trailer, like him walk, I don't recall if it was a part like in the movie, because I'm just not thinking of it. But like, as you know, I don't know the name of the statue itself, but like the Satan statue with the goat or whatever, his hands are like this. Yeah. Yeah, they're like this. And as he's walking, he's, doing the whole, like, just the little subtleties of it. I'm like, this fucking.
He done that right at what was it? When he's telling
always
him, when he's telling them the 3 things that he wants them to do, when Kelson does.
Yeah.
He does that right before he walks over there. I noticed that because it's those 2 still images that they had like last week, right before this movie came out, and that was one of them.
Yeah. So I really liked how they did that. And then I even didn't think of the subtlety, because I forgot about Peter being upside down on there. And then I loved the fact of after they leave the Bone Temple, it pans out and it's just Jack O'Connell and then Ray Fiennes still just sitting there. And then you see something hazy coming through the dark. And I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, is that Sam? The motherfucker got horns on. But that was the horns from the fucking animal that when they were going through their like Samson and Dr. Bromance, he like was like, hey, I got this for you, and he put it on top of the thing. He was wearing the horns, and then, Jimmy's like, Father, why are you forsaking me? Why are you doing this? And then he looks at Ray Fiennes and goes, thank you. And I was like, oh shit.
He's like, Kelson, thank you. I thought, oh my God, he can't fully talk.
I was like, oh shit. And then he picked him up and walked him away. And at first I was like, are they just going to leave this motherfucker there? Like, and then he, that's when he's like, why have you forsaken me, Father, this, that, and the other. Him thinking that that's actually Satan with the horns and everything like that. And then that fucking jump,
dude.
I was like, because I'm like,
whoa.
I was like, there's no way they're going to.
She got me.
I was like, there's no way they're going to leave this shit like this, right? I want closure, like, and then boom. I was like, holy shit. I thought that was. And at first I thought they were going to end it there, which I would have been fine with, because I was just like, it left it up to, the third one and where we're going to get. And it would have got a lot of questions. But then when it fucking switched to the next part, I was, with Jim's, I guess, Jim's daughter studying, and that fucking it flashed to the cottage, and I'm like, I hear that voice. That sounds familiar. I was like, oh shit, I didn't think he was gonna be in here. I thought he was just gonna be like a voice cameo from what they were saying.
Yeah.
And of course
that one scene at the end is gonna generate enough hype to get the next movie for sure.
100%.
Just having Cillian Murphy back is gonna generate so much hype because that's people only want him, really. Right. I love these movies, but in the first one, they're like, we just want to see Jim.
Yeah. And I'm mad at myself because I kind of got enamored with shit and like that bug. I know that, and I know that girl, his daughter talking about what they were talking about with the Soviets and stuff like that. I know that's going to come into play, and I can't remember shit about it because I just kind of like lost all thought process because I was like, oh shit, he's here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's Jim.
Yeah, so I'm just like, fuck. So I need to rewatch it again to that, especially that last portion, and pay attention to figure out where that's going to lead us into the third one, because they're talking about some test and that he's administering the test of something, of some history thing.
Yeah, they're talking about, I think it was World War II, and I think the important line from that was history is doomed to repeat itself.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to get a repeat. I don't know how it's going to be in the next one, but I think it's just going to be a repeat of like the zombies attacking civilization again. I feel like that's going to happen for the last one.
Yeah. And then of course you get they're like, oh shit, do you remember what to do? They see something happening, and then they look off into the distance, and it's Spike and Kelly, being chased by a horde of infected. And of course his daughter's like, are we going to help? And he's like, of course. And then that's it. And you're just like, man, the blue balls on that ending.
In the House in a Heartbeat plays a little bit, and you're just like, ooh, the nostalgia feels so good.
Yeah. Yeah. So I thought it was perfect on how they did it. And like I said, I would have been fine with them ending after the whole and then them walking out. I would have been fine with that ending. But bringing Jim back, and then with his daughter, because I can't remember the original lady in the movie, but I'm wondering if she's going to come back in there, because they were at the end of 28 Days Later, they were in that fucking cottage and they had the SOS and all that stuff, and it was her, the daughter of the old guy who got infected, and then the black woman. I cannot remember her fucking name for the life of me.
Was it Selena, right?
I believe, yeah.
Was it Selena?
So
yeah,
and now they obviously clearly have a daughter. So is she still in the picture? Is she going to come back? How's it all going to work now? And then that just means that with Cillian Murphy, he's going to be the person in the next one. Like, there's no way that he can't have a major role in this one. And are we going to see Aaron Taylor Johnson come back? Are we going to see a fucking human Samson in the third one? Like, where are we going? What do you guys think?
Are we going to get like an alpha Jimmy? Is Jimmy going to be the new alpha? Is that going to be the issue?
I got a whole bunch of shit I could spill off right now that I've been thinking about.
Yeah. So how do you guys think that the third one is going to play out? Dakota, you have a bunch of stuff you said. Spit on it, man.
So one, I think Celine's dead. I think her and the daughter either got killed or just passed away, and it's just Jim and their daughter. And if you remember from the first one, remember when that plane went over and they had help? The plane never saw them then. If you think about that, because they're still there. So that plane never saw the whole entire thing.
Yeah.
Also,
that's true.
I saw a theory. I forgot who it was. What about if sorry about that. If when Samson attacks Jimmy and except ripping his head off, right? He gives him the affection. But think of this. What about if it's not the full affection? What about if Kelson giving him the medicine gives him the same effect, Jimmy the same effect, where he's infected, but he has all these memories and stuff, and he knows about Spike and Kelly, and he goes after them with those memories and him being infected.
Yeah. That would work, and he gets he actually turns into the devil, gets his army of people which are going to be the infected, and goes and kind of goes across the land killing people.
Yeah,
which I'd be down for that. That'd be like another just good period on the 28 weeks days later series.
Yeah. You know what I just thought of? Because you know how they're like, Jim is going to be in here and they're bringing it back and like they're going to connect it some way. This is a shot in the dark, and I don't know why my brain works like this sometimes, but Jimmy's dad is the preacher in that area, and he's a priest. Who's the first infected that Jimmy meets in 28 days later? He meets a priest in the fucking in London. Like I said, it's a far-fetched idea that probably makes no sense whatsoever. But what if that priest just somehow made it to fucking London? Because they were were they on the outskirts of London or Scotland? I can't remember.
I think Scotland.
Because I don't know how
I think it's
far
Scotland.
that. Yeah,
because of course Jack O'Connell is like Irish Scottish.
Yeah, and I
think they're in like Edinburgh right now. So
because I just thought in my head, like, what if and like I said, it's a stupid theory, but I just thought of it like Jim, the first infected that he met or that he ran into was the priest in that church, and Jimmy's dad is a preacher or priest, whatever you want to call him. I know it's not connected that way, but it just there's certain, like you never know with how they're going to be able to write this story, because I mean, Alex Garland wrote 28 Days Later. He wrote these two. He could write that bitch in there if he wanted to, some way or the other. I'm sure he has the ability to do so. But I think that this, like you said, this ending warrants the third one, no matter what. Yeah. I don't know how the box office went this weekend. I know
$31 million.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, worldwide.
Yeah, and that's a disappointment for sure.
It is.
However, I think a lot of people were upset about the ending of the last one, and then they didn't want to see where it went, which is shame on them, because goddamn, it was the perfect setup. Like, it was so fucking good, and just how everything transpired from the first one to the second one, and now with us getting the third one, like, I know they greenlit it after the test screenings, which is no takesies, backsies.
So, this is like three things I could think of. One, what was that? I'm having like the things of like, oh no, I had some questions. One, how many we all saw it today. How many people were in the theater besides you?
So there was only a handful in mine.
It was like 3 people.
Yeah, there was only
there was nobody.
Yeah, there was only
because everyone's out on vacation. Like, they're not in the theater; they're going to do stuff.
Yeah, because it was MLK Day when we all saw it. So I mean, you got to think kids are out of school, and not everybody can make it to the theater for an R-rated movie and stuff like that.
Yeah, who's taking their kid to see Boner Temple? Like,
I mean,
probably no one.
I mean,
side quest real quick. I went to the movie where I went today. There was nearly a family of like 10 in front of me. All went to go see Zootopia 2. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's only a few showings in my area. Like, they had a couple Dolby and then like a handful of regular showings. And most of those showings didn't have, more than 20.
I feel spoiled. I feel spoiled because every theater around me has like Dolby. They got IMAX. They got everything going on, like multiple showings a day. So I'm like, hopefully, I hope it does good in the long run. I think it will, but
Yeah.
people need to be hyped up a little bit more, I think.
So here's some else. One, there's like 10 more people than me in there, like besides me, which was really shocking. I thought I was going to probably be the only one in there, especially on a Monday. Two, I think it's January. I think they should have released this later in the year. And two and three, I saw this in the comment today. A person thought this was a re-release of 28 years later. They didn't know it was a sequel.
Dude, that's just the fucking
I'm wondering if people are thinking that though.
That's lack of comprehension. That's just lack of comprehension, man.
It's media literacy at its finest. We're not doing our jobs then. If people are thinking that, we as like content creators aren't doing our jobs good.
Dude, I don't know. Let me look at something here. Let me just go a little let's see. I'm gonna see something here.
No,
Speaking
I
of
don't understand it. If it says the Bone Temple, you throw the Bone Temple on the 28 years later, what do you think? It's a
dude. Maybe they thought it was like a porn or something.
Right?
Like it's just gonna be Samsung swinging his dick around the whole time.
Okay, another scene which got me cracking up kind of. It's when him and Samson or Kelson are just sitting right there, and they're just like sitting on the grass, and Samson's just like wide open. It's just sitting there wide open.
Dude, it's just they're just trying to make us all feel bad, man.
I know. They're like, look at this hog.
All right, look at this. You will never get this. You will never get this. I don't know why Borat just popped into my head, but that's what got me. But speaking of like, we're not doing our job, dude. My average like watch time is like 5 to 7 seconds.
Yeah,
I'm just like, come on, give me a break here.
Yeah, I feel bad because I do like the clickbait like beginning, but I'm like, if I don't do that, no one's gonna watch the whole fucking video. I have to do something crazy in the first 5 seconds, and I feel bad, but watch my shit.
Exactly.
So, in an interview, they asked the guy who plays Samson, "What's the one thing you took from the set?" And he's like, "That penis."
Yeah, he's like, I took the member or something.
Be like, dude, dude, I would I'm taking that prosthetic.
Dude.
And Ralph Fiennes look over and he's like, I have to have a conversation with you and then deal with you later about that.
He's like, I'm gonna make a sock puppet out of it.
Hell yeah, dude. Oh shit, man. But shit. Any last thoughts on the Bone Temple or the potential direction the third one's gonna go? You know, what do you guys any last strokes?
Dude, we went pretty deep on this one.
Whoa.
Cheers to that.
So,
dude.
On Letterboxd right now, it's saying that Danny Boyle's going to direct the third one.
Okay.
Do you think he will direct it, or do you think they will bring Nia DaCosta back, or do you think they'll give Alex Garland the keys to the final one? To give it like some diversity.
I'm trying to think like how I would do it, because I love Nia DaCosta. I think her Candyman. It's a hot take. I understand that, but I will put the fucking 2021 Candyman on before I put the original on. I love her direction in that and her story on that tenfold. I
like the Candyman.
Yeah, and I love this movie. I don't think you would be wrong with her continuing on, but I also don't think you would be wrong with Boyle. I was just saying he's a good storyteller. He's got some good.
I want to see Garland's take at it. He has never got a crack at it though.
And I'm just like, I don't know if I'd want that though. I know that sounds bad, but I don't know if I would want. I think I would want if it's not Nia DaCosta, I would want it to be Boyle and Garland as a tandem like they have been, stick with the script and then the direction and that sort of thing. But yeah, I don't know. It's different because you have a trilogy and you have the first two that are out with two different directors, same writer, same producer, but just different one at the helm. So I wouldn't be upset with a Nia DaCosta finale, and I wouldn't be
I wouldn't
obsessed with
either.
and I wouldn't be obsessed with a Danny Boyle finale.
Do you know why he picked Nia DaCosta? Because I do.
I'm not
I have
sure.
no idea.
He saw
Oh.
Candyman 2021 and he enjoyed that movie so much, and he knew he wanted to shoot the movies back to back. But he said he didn't have enough time to do it because he wanted to get them so close and released that out of all the directors he could think of, after he saw that movie, he's like, that was his choice that he wanted to do for the Bone Temple. Because I think he wanted to give it Garland at first. But of course, Garland at the time was like doing Civil War, Warfare, and he just got like thrown Elden Ring in like the whole chamber of him directing that. So he decided Nia DaCosta instead.
Yeah. And call me woke or whatever the fuck you want to. I think that she put, not only as a woman, but as a Black woman, she put a very good directorial undertone throughout this film. Hence with the dealing of the pregnant woman and the different things and social commentary with that. I think she had a different eye for it. You know what I mean? And it kind of goes back to her Candyman, because treating the Candyman like a virus, she handled this infection differently than just your typical zombie virus. You know what I mean? She had like these ways of doing it. And like I said, call me woke or whatever, but I feel like women, especially Black women, have such a different eye for the world that putting her at the helm of this particular project, where there's so many different nuances of humanity, of just brutality and just everything, I think she fit it. And that's just me. But
no, I fully agree with you. How she handled the masculinity between like Jimmy Crystal and Spike and stuff like that. She just has an eye for these things, and it's not super in your face. There's a nuance to it that she just does really, really well.
Yeah.
And with the script, I didn't even know this till today, or technically yesterday now. The script was totally different before she got on. She read the script. So of course, you know how the first one is like a Jamie, Spike, and the mom story?
Mm-hmm.
Jamie was supposed to be in this one.
Oh, okay.
But she wanted to be a story about Spike.
Yeah.
About Spike's, like, kind of like how we said, like him being thrown into a world, like growing up in this world of not having anybody there. And that's what she wanted to tell, that story.
Yeah.
Because you see how Jamie gets pissed and he wants to go across. And I think they kind of rewrote that in the other one. Because now Jamie's stuck on the island because the tide has rolled in. And now he has to wait till the tide goes down so he can get across the land bridge so he can go find Spike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Like I said, she definitely put her stamp on it, where it was fantastic. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I fucking loved it. The pacing, the directing, just everything just flowed, and the story with the script. She took that script and just gave us a multi-layered social commentary on life, death, humanity, and everything, and then had some fucking brutality thrown in there as well.
Dude, it was so good. Oh, the brutality was crazy.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna dream about that hook tonight for sure.
Oh man, just bam. Fucking shoo. But any last words before we wrap this one up?
No, but Goops, let's go into recommendations.
All right. So we started giving each other recommendations of movies that we've seen that the other one hasn't. So, you know what? I didn't think of one yet. What do you got for me, Dakota?
Oh, let me go through because I know you have watched about everything in the book. It seems like.
I still got plenty to watch.
Wait, I know now. I haven't seen this, but you haven't seen it either. Nightbreed.
Oh yeah, I started it and I didn't ever finished it.
Yeah, Nightbreed. There we go.
All right, so that okay, and then your recommendation. Let me see where it's playing, just so you can stream it. Let me do this here. I think Dylan will like this this one here. All right, cool. It's still available on Tubi. Your recommendation for the watch this week is Laid to Rest.
There we go.
Ooh.
Good old Chrome Skull.
Yeah.
So fucking good, dude. I think you'll fucking dig it too. Like it was way ahead of its time.
Hell
See
yeah.
if he does it though.
Oh, he watched my last one. I told him to watch 1996.
Wait. Let's reverse that real quick. There is an idea that I will mention to you about an episode in the future about that. So I kind of want to wait till that episode. But I will watch it very soon. But I'm thinking about episode for that. And I will be fresh about that.
Hell yeah.
That's what's up.
Dylan, you got any recommendations for Dakota? Myself?
You all should just watch that Nomi Siga's movie. It's Don't Follow Me in English, but watch it on Hulu. It's pretty good.
All right, yeah.
Let me know what you guys think.
Hell yeah.
It'll be a fun time for you guys, I promise.
So Goose, where I want to do that later, do you have another recommendation that you want to throw at me?
Okay. Let's see.
Because I wanted to watch that and be fresh on it for the episode. So guys, be prepared that you guys will get a rest episode very in the near future. I got a plan cooking up. I thought about this last night when we done the TikTok live. But guys, we're doing TikTok lives again, so come join us in the chat.
Yeah.
Come hang out. I'll be naked. It'll be a good time.
Gang. Oh man, let's see. What do I want to recommend you, man? I don't. Oh man. Okay, I got one. I don't know if you've seen it. Have you seen The Ritual from 2017 on Netflix?
Oh,
no.
That's another movie that freaked me the fuck out. Watch The Ritual.
That's
a good one.
I got
a story about that one once we get off. There's a story.
That's a banger.
Yeah, so I will watch Nightbreed, and you will check out The Ritual, and then I'm gonna watch that one on Hulu as well. I gotta watch that.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Me too.
Yeah.
And then I have a recommendation for everybody just listening. Listen to read Rob Nelson's Just the Tip. It came out on the 16th. It is fucking brutal. So check it out. I love Rob. I love all that he's done. He deserves it. I feel like you're almost there, Goobs. See you reaching for it.
I'm just waiting for Goobs to fall back.
Yeah. Read Just the Tip. It is amazing, and that dude deserves the world.
Yes. And if you
don't worry, I have it in this box. I will open it later.
Also, if you haven't already picked up his first one, Made a Monster as well. Do a double.
If you read both of them, I'll give you Just the Tip. Just the little tip. It'll be good.
Just the tip. This one is available on audiobook now as well. Made a Monster.
Yeah.
Also Kindle and Kindle Unlimited, same, and this one is Kindle and Kindle Unlimited as well. So you have no excuses.
I've bought Made a Monster 3 times. I got physical, I got Kindle, and then I got audible.
Yeah, I got physical and Kindle. and I just haven't got the audio.
And everyone that's listening, you already, if you guys are returning listeners, you guys already know who Rob is. So go support Rob.
Exactly. Yep, it just came out last Friday, the 16th. So you are all good. But well, so let's go ahead and wrap it up here. Again, thank you, Dylan. We appreciate you joining us. It was a hell of a good time. We will definitely be having you back.
Thank you, brother.
So definitely appreciate you stopping in and vibing with us. It was a great conversation. Dylan's information, along with Dakota, myself, and the podcast, will all be down in the show notes. Give us a follow if you're not already. Also, hit that bell notification and drop us a like. Let us know what you guys thought of 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple, and if you're excited for the third installment. Spotify, Apple, drop a 5-star review. If you can leave a comment, leave a comment. Let us know what you guys think. And then, as always, we just appreciate you guys stopping by, watching, listening, supporting. We love you. And, of course, as always, we'll see you next Tuesday.
Stay loose.
See you next Tuesday.